allez dans la cour. S'il vous plaît, allez dans la cour.
Hello, Crispy.
FYI, that's a background. My name is Crispy K, not Crispy K. I don't know what got into you today. What's up?
I'm high.
Wow.
Yeah.
On
I'm
what?
really, really high.
On what?
On the Lord.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's okay.
Not
That's
liquor.
all right.
Nigga.
Welcome to another amazing and interesting episode of Say Less right here on Lynx TV. I already said my name is Crispy K. I'm doing this with
Nuruddin, and today's episode promises to be exciting as usual. So please make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. What's up?
We have two amazing guests here with us to, have a real life conversation, probably delve into their love lives a bit. And we'll get to know if they are loved conditionally or unconditionally. Our very first person is a professional events MC. I when I saw him, I'm like, Charlie, a guy man. Charlie, the dressing, you understand?
Maybe next time I'll dress like him on the next episode.
I cratch it. I say,
from the streets.
I'm sorry. MC NKAY, what's up?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Charlie,
You look dapper.
I try. Why are you saying we are here to discuss our men loved unconditionally. Even the way we dress.
That one today inside.
That one today inside.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. You go feel watch you if you know. Oh, wow.
It's the effort you have to put in for the love.
It's why guys are.
Why are you saying
Charlie. And we have an amazing, I don't know if I should describe him as a musician or a banker and where his amazing talents lie. But definitely he's a man so he can multitask and he can do all things. Andrew BULLEY.
Charlie, what's up?
You the type today.
No, the keyboard sport.
The keyboard sport. You're welcome.
Thank you,
man.
thank you.
Charlie, how do you feel? You be okay?
Charlie, I'm great. Great to be on the show.
German burger.
He's a banker. Can you expect less?
Charlie, make you know, put me on this one.
But how are you doing though? How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Charlie. It's been an interesting couple of days for me, but Charlie, man, you know go fi cry. So Charlie,
why you no go fi cry?
If you cry, they say you be soft.
You be soft, yeah.
You have to.
That one safe.
You for pose.
You understand?
You understand?
So that I can be deserving of love, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm growing up. I'm not too old. Disclaimer.
Aren't you?
Oh no.
How old are you?
I'll give him 38.
Oh my god!
I don't think it's far-fetched. I mean,
how old are you, Crispy? This one you have to.
How many 38-year-old Ghana do you see them wearing t-shirts like this?
Oh please, that's how we can dress. I mean,
38-year-old.
When they want to blend in.
Exactly.
Oh my
The
god!
way this way they go, I don't get. But I've played 3 significant roles in my life to different people.
Yeah.
A partner, a provider, a protector, right?
Wow.
And I felt like all of these things I was doing was the reason why I was being shown that love. Anytime I fell short of these roles, some switch they happen. I know they understand. Yeah. So I mean, I was sitting there thinking, Charlie, am I loved unconditionally, or these are the things I need to do as a man before I receive love? I don't know if any of you have experienced things like that.
I'm willing to hear from NK first.
Okay, all right. I mean, it's a fact. This is just a status quo that has been in existence eons before now. I mean, in the days of our grandfathers and our great-great-grandfathers, I mean, if per the stories we heard, we were not alive then, but the stories we heard, ladies were not even allowed to go to school. Men were the only people allowed to go to school. Why was that? Because the notion was that man has to be educated, get a good living, then come and provide for the family.
Okay.
And it's become even worse today because of the whole movement that we have now. The feminism, gender, and other
advocacy and things like that.
So even now, it's become more worse. The responsibilities of men with respect to the expectations and all has amplified. Anything short of that, and then the name becomes Onye Bema.
Yeah.
You get it? Yes.
Fact.
I mean, if you ask a man, why do you love your wife? And we are talking about love here. his face will light up and tell you that because she's my soulmate. Ask a woman that same question. It's going to be one of four things. One, because he provides. Two, because he's able to give her multiple orgasms.
Wow.
Yes. It has to be one of the two.
Wow.
If you're unable to provide,
That's the first time I'm hearing that.
Yeah. Like,
I love him.
it can't be by surprise.
Yeah, I love it
it
because
it's true. I mean,
multiple orgasms.
the
Wow.
propensity to do unspeakable things to her private parts should be one quality you should have if you don't have the means to provide for a woman.
Word.
Oh,
I've learned something today.
It's very true. So either you're a provider, a satisfier, or a protector. And by
Yeah.
protector, even your physique.
Should not
I mean,
like
have to look a certain
not something like me.
Look at me. You're talking about you. Look at me. Okay.
Charlie.
We don't mention it wrong. Your mom extended.
Imagine we did roll top where Pache boys meet me. You think I go stand there?
Charlie,
Looking at me, I will go do this be my home. I make you not touch him.
you hear of Bruce Lee before?
That's what you want to do.
It's not in the stature. Before prove your worth.
You will prove your
Me,
worth.
I go run. To be honest, if at the workplace you see Kwashe people they come, I go run.
You see, look, let's bring a woman here. And then amongst the four of us, let's ask the woman who looks man enough. Please.
You are lying.
Please.
You are lying.
The
This
first
man-
one,
the first guilty people
the very
point.
first, exactly. But he knew the whole thing was just pointed
That's
at
I got
you.
Babu.
No.
You see, you make Christ speak.
Hold on. Based on appearance.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what she go see. Then say the woman go see something. It will check you out. You understand?
Yeah, we
I
are
beg the watches see my watch.
No, we are talking about in the sense.
See your watches. You understand? You get one.
Trust me, I'm out of this conversation.
We are talking about.
Tell me just suit one button to the top. He be there go select first.
But
Your body and sense.
he's not talking about apparel. He's talking about physique.
Physique.
Yes.
Oh.
So no, obviously,
That's the graph.
the woman is supposed to choose one who looks like a provider. They're definitely going for Andy.
Yeah.
One who looks like a protector. They'll go for you. And I even think sexual performance, they'll still go for you because there is this perception
Well,
that
that's-
guys
that's
who
a
have
good
the
point.
muscles and
So
all
where
of
do
that.
I lie?
I think
repeat that point.
yes. All right. So like I was saying, I
Yeah.
mean, if a lady is supposed to choose on condition of a woman that she thinks she can love, with respect to the look of a protector, they are definitely going for crispy. The look of a provider or of a financier, Andy takes it. And then one other condition that you can win a woman's heart is if you are funny. If you don't have the money,
Please give it to me.
oh, it's you,
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm funny.
I mean, like it's
At
you.
least
It's you. And I'm going to be the guy who needs to put in much more effort.
Wow.
Really?
Really?
Don't make us gang up against you.
You being the side chick, the side dude,
No,
when the husband is not performing well,
No.
both financially, physically, sexually.
Oh, please.
You are there
You
to-
look like someone who can talk any woman to do anything you want her to
Exactly.
do. I think that's where your gift is.
He's an
Hallelujah.
MC.
So I mean, based on the the roles they play, the provider, the protector,
The financier.
the financier,
The satisfier.
the satisfier, and then the funny one.
Yeah.
If you look among our host and guests here, who relates to which role perfectly, per what you see, what we see, and how you think, right? And also, what do you relate with? Are you a provider? Are you a protector? Are you the funny guy? You know, or you are the satisfier?
I'll be very sad if you guys don't vote me for anything. Like for real, I'll be very sad. So just look at
Okay,
how
you did.
sad I am already, and just give me something. Otherwise, me and you for the comment section.
Everyone belongs somewhere.
Yeah,
So,
maybe. I'm growing. I'm a growing man. So
So
I'll
you are
relate.
funny.
Let's take it like that. Let's pretend I'm funny.
So I'm growing up, right? From your perspective, would you say this thing of men being loved conditionally would come from the kind of things that we're told, so man up. When someone tells you to man up,
Yeah.
asking you to be accountable and be responsible, right? To hold the fort, to take charge. Are some of these the reasons why we feel like if we do not do these things, then we will not be loved?
I mean, partly yes. It stems from so many things on the family level, societal level. My good friend here talked about even like historically, there's been a certain expectation, demand that has been placed on men that acts as the point of origin for us to be considered acceptable or recognizable within society. So if as a man, you don't have a certain minimum, you've not met certain things, you don't have your own place, you don't have this, you don't have a car, you are below the belt. That's the assumption. Okay. We don't say it, it's not uttered, but in everyone's mind, society has managed to create that threshold. So as a man, when you are working below that threshold, you know that, Charlie, there's pressure on you automatically. No one has told you anything, but there's pressure on you because you can compare yourself with other men who are getting it very easy because they have some of these things. But the value of a man, even though it's a function of these things, goes beyond these things, because when you get to know someone for yourself, you get to assess what makes up that person, okay? And you see the value that person has in relation to your life and the vision that you have. So every woman also has something that they want to do with their lives. And depending on the kind of man you associate yourself with, it could or could not work. And it flips also. The truth is also, the reverse is also true. So I think everyone has to really condition their minds to know that this requirement is not really supposed to be on men. It's supposed to go both ways so that both requirements will be placed on the table. So I don't think it's just coming from what we were told, but it's coming from every facet of our lives.
Would I be less of a man if I tell my partner that this is how I want to be treated? This is how I want to be loved. Like, you see how women, if they are craving for something, we will just run and go and get the thing for them. If they need something, happens like a magic that we men are, performing out there. Would I feel less of a man if I should tell my wife or my girlfriend or anyone I'm in the relationship that this is how I want to be treated?
If you have to ask for it, then you haven't earned it. When we started the program, Crispy mentioned something. He says he did say that for a man, you have to earn the love. I mean, not in those exact words, but it's the truth. We don't get loved by default. Now, when we talk about unconditional love, let's take note. We are not just talking about romantic love, even from our parents. Okay, now, a child will love their mom just by virtue of the fact that the mom birthed him or her. Do you understand where I'm coming from? But for that of a father, it's about how he's able to supply the needs of the children. Why do you love your dad? He bought me a car. Why do you love your dad? He bought me a football. Why do you love that? He bought me a laptop. Do you get it? Because the mom is the available parent. They get to see that parent each and every time. So it's only natural that they are more inclined to love that parent more than the one who is absent. Why absent? Because he's looking for what? The finances, the means to be able to provide for the family. So if you have to talk about your love language or or how you want to be loved, you see, it comes natural. Love comes natural for a woman when you are able to what? Supply her needs. Or when I say supply, I'm asking, make her happy. How do you make a woman happy? You make a woman happy by making sure her basic needs
are met.
That is just the truth. Once that is out of the question, you are in for perpetual emasculation and condescension.
So, from everything I'm hearing, it looks like, I don't know, just this is how I think, right? Love comes without conditions, generally, if we are explaining what love is. If someone asks you, why do you love this person? You shouldn't, for me, I don't think you should be able to explain. I love you because I love you.
Yes.
It's just that.
Yes.
Right? But if we keep seeing these things happening from your experiences, then it means that men have never really been loved at all. Is that the case?
It looks like, because from what they are saying, I can't relate so much because I'm young in this and I don't know whether I'm being loved or not at this point.
Meanwhile, I'm sure he has about 5 or 6 exes.
Is there how are you watching me? But then but anytime I think about it, I feel like I had to do something. I had to play a particular role for the lady to even open the mouth and say, "Oh, I love you too." It doesn't even come first though. I have to say something before the "I love you too" comes in. Can we change this perspective? Is there any means that we can change this?
I don't think it's gonna happen. Let me tell you something, right? look back into history, before tech came into the world, before AI came in, before all of these machines and everything came in, way back, how do people survive? It was hunting and gathering, right? And per that time, the way you could live is to survive on your strength. Man and a woman, average, a man would have more muscle strength and be able to do more things than a woman. So automatically, based on the system you found yourself in, that is what happens. So the woman, you know,
naturally,
they are there in the back, but the man goes do the hunting and everything. But even when he comes back home, it is the woman who will help him sell the meat, right? The woman will, you know, change whatever he's brought, the raw material, you know, do it into other things. Then you see how they selling the smoked fish, selling the cloth and all of these things, right? Now, when systems were changing, did we as men look at things and say, okay, we are no longer doing the heavy lifting and it's about strength and everything. Maybe we should give our women the chance to do some of these things, and then it wouldn't be like I am being loved because of the roles I play. Shouldn't we take the blame for allowing all of this to happen and say, okay, we still want to be in control, we still want to handle everything, despite the fact that we no longer have to use our strength, right? Now, everybody can do anything. A woman can be in a crane and lift thousands of metals everywhere. We didn't want them to do that. We still wanted to be in control. And now they've realized that, I mean, that is what the system is. And they are treating us like that. Shouldn't we take the blame for that?
The truth is, what you're saying is a very strong point, because the evolution of the world itself has redefined love. Okay, so, but the world hasn't really readapted to that new definition, especially because of this, how powers are being, you know, balanced on both ends now. Women are trying to also get into the process of being the providers for homes now and all of that, which is really fine. The issue is that biologically, there is something that makes a man feel like a man. As there are things that make women
feel like women.
And once you switch these things on the biology level, you have lost the core of what makes us even people in the first place. The truth is that when a man loses his job and when a woman loses her job, it's never the same thing. And let me explain. It's never the same thing in terms of the effect it has on the psychology. When a man loses his job, he's lost a part of himself.
True.
And until he finds another job, he's less of a man no matter what he does. But women have ways and means of, you know, still, maybe financially she may be down, but psychologically she wouldn't have lost as much as the man has. And so there's something about the man that makes him want to provide to prove his sense of worth. That
innately.
Innately. That pushes that agenda, really. There's nothing anyone can do about it. But the issue is that when we understand how love ought to be defined in the context of we being able to share, okay, because I think love is a complementary game. If you look at love as a one-sided definition, you always miss it, because no one can even provide all, not even women, not even men. So what do you have to give? Can you find someone who can complement your 90? Because no matter what you do, you can never be 100 by yourself. So even if you are 99, you need your 1%. If you are 20, you need your 80. The issue is that some women who find themselves being more of the providers, either emotional provision, financial provision, or what have you, they sometimes tend to take advantage of that, you know, to sort of use it against the men in the future. So you'll be having a little argument and say, Kwame, it's
Yes.
Wow.
You have mouth to talk.
Yeah.
When you were struggling to pay your final year fees, who came in?
Yes.
Maybe it wasn't even her mother paid the fees. So that's why a lot of men today, when they are getting married, and sometimes the lady's father or mother wants to offer
They don't want to.
you know, accommodation or to even help with the marriage and wedding. He go like, no, he'll do everything possible to avoid, because he knows that it could come back and haunt him, and it will reduce the sense of, you know, manliness in him.
Wow. That's deep. I mean,
I'm trying to, you know, bottle up everything, and It looks like we have a long way to go.
Yeah, we do.
We just have to cancel it in our heads that we are not going to be loved unconditionally.
Would you say Mother's Day is the celebration of it is an expression of unconditional love for a woman?
No.
Because Mother's Day goes to your sister, who doesn't have a baby, your daughter, who doesn't know what it means to be a mother at that age, your mother, obviously, grandmother. I mean, basically,
Every
women.
female figure in your
I've
life.
never seen any Mother's Day celebration where there's some guy that I wishing Happy Mother's Day. I hardly see that.
Even when it comes to Father's Day, they will say Happy Father's Day to all responsible
So
fathers.
I had an argument with my girlfriend about this. I was like, okay, when it comes to Mother's Day, we give you your flowers, right? We'll celebrate you nice, everything. There's nothing like responsible mother.
Yes.
Just because you
Just-
are a
just
mother.
for being
Just because you're a mother.
That's it.
I get what you mean.
Whether you took care of no, you're a mother.
You're a
We
mother.
celebrate
It's enough,
you.
yeah.
I mean, the pomp and pageant. When it comes to Father's Day, then the segmentations come in.
Exactly.
Then you
The
even start
condition is
seeing
there.
women fighting to be celebrated on
Precise,
Father's Day.
exactly.
But
You know-
but what month do we celebrate Father's Day? What month?
I don't remember.
I think it's in June. But then I looked somewhere early this year. I looked at how many times women are celebrated. I mean, we have International Women's Day,
Women's
we have
Day,
Mother's
Mother's
Day,
Day.
we have International Day
Cancer
of
Day.
Women in Engineering. We have International Day of
Yeah.
Women in Mathematics.
I know,
we
right?
have No Bra Day, No Pants Day.
Uh-huh.
Like
A lot of
A lot of it.
women celebrations,
A lot.
yeah.
a lot of
A lot.
it.
But it still seems
International
not enough.
Day of the Girl Child. I mean, a whole lot of it. But for a man, what?
Which one?
Happy the one
Father's
you are
Day.
giving, you know.
Even the one time celebration that we have, they've added a condition to it. You have to be responsible to be celebrated.
You know, so and that alone made me feel like, okay, that is a condition.
There's a bias.
There's a bias.
I think again, I like to always take these things from a biological perspective firsthand. I think what's causing this is perhaps the psychological impression of the fact that before a woman becomes a mother, she has already paid her dues by carrying the child,
In her womb.
for 9 months, which in itself is a risk.
Yeah.
Something that the man does not partake in,
Yeah.
even though he partakes in other
Yeah, I
ways.
mean,
But,
they-
but let's
they-
stick to the biology. So the idea is that by the time a woman is ushered into womanhood, she has paid her price.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have to necessarily be responsible or not, as per se. You are a mother, and we celebrate you for that.
Okay.
But for a man, you start getting recognized when you are taking care of responsibilities.
exactly.
And really, whether we like it or not, the biology of things have inferred some
Yeah,
of these things,
yeah,
and there's
that's true.
nothing we can do about it.
I found a story on Facebook that would just, help us wrap things up here, right? So, a guy, he has a friend who's a girl, not his girlfriend, and the girl was like, "Oh, Charlie, I'm single. I think I'm ready to get back into relationship matters and things like that. So you're a responsible guy, Charlie. Your mind day ground. I want someone who is in your circles, who is also single, and Charlie, make you hit things up." So the guy worked everything out. They linked up, had a date and everything. Went really well. He called up his guy, Charlie, how did the date go? So the girl is very, professional. She speaks well. She's all this, that. I think I can make a future with her and all that. The guy was like, okay, cool. Then that'd be solid. Now, weeks down the line, the guy says, Charlie, the girl respond. She's cold. She's this, she's that. I don't understand. So this guy goes to ask his friend, the girl, that, Charlie, this is the feedback I'm getting. What's up? The girl's response is that he's short. And that's a deal breaker for her. She cannot deal with a short man.
Short man.
Right? And the guy was like, why would you say something like this? No. If I want to kiss, now I have to, he'll be looking into the skies like this and I have to kiss. No, I can't do something like that. So I beg you. The girl literally begged the guy that, I'm sorry, but can you link me to someone else? And he did that. Now, this is what happened. There was a reverse. This time around, the guy who they linked up with wasn't forthcoming. Why? The girl went to ask, and the guy told him, he tried his best to make it sound, very, very, very gentle, like you have a child. No, the girl bore. 21st century. How can you say this? Don't you know it's disrespectful?
Wow.
But you
with-
had
also-
your
yes,
but
you have
with
your
something
standard.
that someone couldn't control, which
Yes,
is their height.
height.
You had a problem with that.
that.
But something that
someone-
you can control,
You see how
protect
you-
yourself from
yes.
becoming
I'm
born
wondering
one.
if really
Like,
men can ever
No.
have expectations,
Measure
up.
and you know it should be okay. Like if I have expectations of a woman, it should be okay. Women shouldn't be angry.
so to her, she was expecting the man to be okay with the born
yeah,
one.
Yes.
yeah.
And you know what? You not being able to accept the fact that a woman has a child and that one alone brands you as not a man.
You are old school.
You are old
can't
school, and
do
then
anything,
look,
you are not
there's even a term
responsible.
for it. It's not coming. So you see, as men, we need to accept that. Look, it's a woman's world. It is
Is
a
it?
woman's world. You get it. We are only following in their lead. We are living in their world.
They've allowed us to
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. They
somewhere.
can decide.
Oh, that's all right.
But meanwhile, they created us first.
Yes, a woman can make a man.
I see.
It's not about complimenting each
No,
other.
no.
Wow. So if you understand, say Charlie, the unconditional love there.
Yeah,
You know,
yes.
they- we are
You know they worry them.
You can't be honest.
Charlie.
Even your own mother, you should pray that you do not have successful male cousins in the family. If you do have successful male cousins in the family, that is where your mom will also begin to feel a little bit of discontentment. Because then she would, it's natural. She would want what, your cousins are doing for their mom.
Yeah.
If not at least, every mother would want to see or would want their son to be seen as,
stand out.
You get it?
If you know Sean the talk, I could cry right now because I remember some story. On that note, yes. I mean, this shirt actually would embody everything we've been talking about, right? So when you see the men enjoying with their women and everything, they post on their Instagram stories and their WhatsApp statuses. I'm here to remind you, don't let their status disturb or bother you. They don't get anything. The women they give them, they provide. They are just funny. They are just that is all.
It's one out of the
Don't be pressured.
One of the
Young man out there,
four
don't be
before.
pressured. Yeah, Charlie, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
MC
Yeah.
NKAY. Charlie,
Pleasure,
who want to share your
pleasure.
social media handle?
Oh, yes. So I go by MCNK, and that is MCN to the K to the A to the Y.
Yeah.
And I'm into corporate events, wedding receptions, parties, concerts. Please
Yeah.
follow me on all my social media handles. For Facebook, I go by my personal account is Nana Kofi Nyame, and my brand name is MCNK. You can find me on TikTok as well as MCNK, Twitter Nana Kofi Nyame, Instagram Nana Kofi Nyame. You can find me there. You can find some of my, my shows and all that over there. Just give me a call on 0543 936313, and I promise you, I am your witty and smart host for all events.
Hard
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I'm
Putting my number out.
bring me invoice. Hey, guys.
Andrew.
Andy.
All right, mine is Andrew Beuse, Beuse, on Instagram, and then Andrew BULLEY on all other platforms.
Nice.
Yeah. I want to give a big shout out to our stylist.
Voskos Charlie.
GH. Voskos is putting us through all the episodes. I mean, I like what you've been wearing throughout the season.
Send me a guy.
Yeah.
Guy. I'm a life coach among other things.
So yes, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more content each and every time we drop something new.
Yep.
The bell notification is important, so click on the bell too as well. And make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. My handle is Oheneba Nuruddin.
And I am Crispy K. I'm not saying that's my name. That's my social media handle. I am Crispy K. That's my social media handle. So let's chit chat. I'm seeing your comment too, bro. But I beg you, I respond to some, but I go respond to the rest. I beg you, just take time for me.
Are they voting for me?
Voting for you about.
And the funniest
Charlie, thank you guys for coming.
All right, thank you
It's
so
a
much
wrap,
for having
and
us.
we'll
Thank
be
you.
seeing you on the next episode.
All right, okay, sure.
Take care.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Allez dans la cour. S'il vous plaît, allez dans la cour.